You, Mr. Speaker, and Mr. Speaker and members of the Assembly, this certainly seems to me like nullification. It certainly seems to me like the first step towards civil war. It certainly seems to me like we're saying we do not have to obey the laws passed by Congress. Now, this is serious business. I don't ask you to like Congress. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But to have a state legislature with elected people in government pass a bill like this, which says we will not obey, and you can sue our sheriffs if they cooperate with obeying with federal law, seems to me a very drastic step. Now, as I understand the Constitution, it's involved with the supremacy clause that the laws passed by Congress have supremacy over the laws passed by a state. And as I understand the Constitution, the way we find out if something is constitutional or not is not by states having opinions, but by suing and taking measures to the Supreme Court, which is established as the judicial branch in the Constitution. So if Congress passes something that you think is against the Second Amendment, it's not your place to decide. It's the Supreme Court's place to decide. And there are plenty of people who have the money to get lawyers to take a case to the Supreme Court, whatever the Congress passes. And the Supreme Court will decide whether something conflicts with the Second Amendment or not. If it does, we won't do it. If it doesn't, we will do it. But it is not the role of a legislature to make a judicial decision on what the Constitution says and to actually restrict people from obeying federal law. So, you know, if this passes, I'm not saying the pledge anymore. No more one nation under God. 50 nations under God. That's what you're passing here. Any state does what it feels like. So I hope I don't have to learn a new pledge.